From the station working for you, this is breaking news from WRTV.
Investigators in reference to 8951 Maribel Road. Be advised, another caller heard 10 shots from near the front of the entrance. Caller says possibly from inside. No further seen or heard. Less than 1 minute ago.
You heard it right there. That's the terrifying moment. Metro Police were called to a FedEx facility near the airport for an active shooter situation. This scene is still unfolding this morning. And thank you for joining us here on WRTV. I'm Megan Shen. We know that 8 people are dead, even more injured. And we'll check in with the weather and traffic update with Todd Clausen in just a few minutes. But first, let's get straight to our Rafael Sanchez. He's live on the southwest side this morning. And Rafael, get us up to speed.
Megan, we begin with the heartbreak here in our hometown. 8 people killed at this FedEx facility on the southwest side of Indianapolis. Let me show you exactly our location right now. As you can see from this map, this is the FedEx hub facility, ground facility on the 8000 block of Maribel Road on the southwest side of Indianapolis, just 3 miles from Indianapolis International Airport. This is the Ameriplex Parkway. This is where gunshots were reported last night around 11 o'clock. In fact, the first 911 calls came in right after 11 of people reporting hearing gunshots inside and outside of the FedEx ground building here on the city's southwest side. I can tell you and I can confirm for you right now that the alleged gunman was found in a parking lot. His body was found in a parking lot just nearby. They found a weapon as well. That weapon is being described to me as a long gun. The weapon again being described as a long gun weapon found near the suspect responsible for the shooting. This investigation is now underway. But this morning, the grim reality for 8 families who, of course, will not see their loved ones later today. People expected to be back home from work will not be there. We continue our team coverage now with Troy Washington, who's at a nearby hotel where families are getting updates. Troy, fill us in.
Well, Rafael, I just want you guys to know what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing since I got to the scene around 1 a.m. this morning. Now, we're here at the Holiday Inn Express near the airport. A grandmother pulling up saying that she was praying the entire drive over, just worried about her grandson who she just dropped off for work a few hours before. A lot of people pacing, hugging each other. So many questions here, and a lot of them have waited for many hours to find out exactly what's going on with their loved one, even to know if they are okay. Now, we are hearing from IMPD that some of the employees are still being questioned, and that's why they haven't come over to the hotel. But a lot of these family members here, they have no clue what's going on. So they're just waiting, wondering, and a lot of them worrying. Just to give you a little more perspective, I talked to a few siblings who said that they saw this on the news, and that's how they first learned to even come to this hotel to even find out what's going on with their loved ones. Again, very tragic news here, and it's still developing. A lot of family members still walking in and out of this hotel, still waiting for answers. So, of course, we will keep you guys updated as this continues to develop. Reporting live, I'm Troy Washington, WRTV.
Troy, thank you so much. As we continue with our live pictures right now, you are seeing some flashing lights at the distance. Metro Police telling us that this portion of the FedEx ground building is shut down as they continue their investigation as well as they interview people. This is a massive building here on the city's southwest side, so it will take some time. The building was evacuated shortly after police were able to determine that the gunman was dead and that they could clear the building. Our team coverage now continues with our Kelsey Anderson. And Kelsey, you had a chance to speak with Metro Police. What did they tell you about the ongoing investigation that is unfolding right now, right here on the city's southwest side?
Well, that's right, Rafael. We've talked to IMPD twice this morning. First, we heard from them just after 1 o'clock. That's about 2 hours after those first 911 calls came in, and they gave us some very little information. They said that there was an active scene at one point, but the alleged gunman had taken his his own life. So there was no more threat to the public. And then at around 3 o'clock, that's when we heard from Officer Janae Cook with IMPD once again. And that's when she gave us some more info. She told us that there was 8 people who had died with gunshot wounds and several people who were sent to the hospital via ambulance. And they were also getting reports of people who were doing walk-ins at several hospitals across the area. So again, they're still trying to, puzzle this together, figure out what exactly is going on, and talking to those families and the victims that were here today at the FedEx facility. So she says what they need right now from the public is patience, and the victims and their families need support.
It is very heartbreaking. And in the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, the officers responded. They came in, they went in, and they did their job. And a lot of them are trying to face this because this is a sight that no one should ever have to see. But we, as Indianapolis members, need to come together. We need to support each other and understand that there are going to be people out there that are going to be emotionally upset, and we need to support them regardless of any circumstance. This is a tragedy, but yet through it all, we will come through it, with flying colors.
That was Officer Janae Cook, and she says that if you are expected to work this morning at the FedEx facility, she says you need to call your supervisor because this building will be closed for several hours as they continue to do their investigation. Again, no word yet on when that building will open. Now, she says if you were here at that scene and you left for your safety or to get treatment, they do want to hear from you. So you can call them at 317-262-TIPS. But for now, I'm going to send it back to Raphael here right outside this FedEx facility.
Kelsey, the investigation continues. Thank you so much for putting that in perspective. You don't have to tell you that. I want to sort of recap. If you're just joining us now, of course, Metro Police now leading a massive investigation into a shooting here at the FedEx ground facility on the southwest side of Indianapolis. We can tell you that the first reports of a situation of gunshots came in at around after 11 o'clock last night. In all, 8 people dead with the gunman. That's 9 people are dead in this situation. And of course, police are continuing to investigate what happened at this facility. We do know that the individual, the gunman, according to police, died by suicide. He died apparently using the weapon that was apparently found by his body that's being described as a long gun. And Megan, I have to tell you, I've been here for 23 years, and I've never covered an incident of this magnitude before. The biggest mass shooting that we've had in Indianapolis in recent history was the Hamilton Avenue murders, where 7 people were killed, and among them were 3 children. And I have to tell you that anytime we cover even one murder is too much. But when you have to wake up on any given day and hear that 8 people were killed, 8 people who came to work, hoping to go back home at some point today, it is a tough day here in Indianapolis. We'll, of course, continue to follow these developments throughout the morning right here on Good Morning Indiana. Now back to you in Studio A.
Raphael, you could really see the emotion on Officer Janae Cook's face. Thank you so much. Yeah. We appreciate it. Well, FedEx issued a statement on the shooting saying, quote, "We are deeply shocked and saddened by the loss of our team members following the tragic shooting at our FedEx ground facility in Indianapolis. Our most heartfelt sympathies are with all those affected by this senseless act of violence. And the safety of our team members is our top priority, and we are fully cooperating with the investigating authorities." Indiana Congressman Andre Carson also releasing this statement overnight, saying in part, "I am heartbroken by the mass shooting here in Indianapolis and praying for all affected by this tragedy." Congressman Carson went on to say he's working with local authorities to learn more and is standing by to help anyone who is affected. And working for you after multiple mass shootings this year, we looked into how our local police department is training to respond to something like this in our community. This is a story we told you last month, not that long ago. And for the last several years, all IMPD recruits have had extensive training in active killer situations. Districts also having ongoing training, and officers are consistently implementing actual scenarios that have happened around the country, so they're preparing for anything that could possibly happen in our community. And they have people come into the role to play and create chaos, firing simunition rounds at officers similar to paintballs.
use one active killer, maybe two, it may be multiple, and then to train our officers that there is a way to tactically go about doing this. It's not a free-for-all.
There's no national standard for how police departments respond to active shooters. IMPD says their officers are trained to go directly after the threat, and that could mean moving past critical injured victims. Some context for you. And if you are ever in an active shooter situation, IMPD recommends the following. The best thing you can do is run and keep running until you're out of harm's way. Then call 911, and the more people that call, the better. If you can't run, hide inside a room and barricade the door. And if you're outside, and get behind something else that will stop the bullets, such as a car or a large tree, and prepare to fight. IMPD suggests grabbing a chair, looking for a fire extinguisher or something to try to prevent the shooter from attacking you. All right, well, change of pace now at 4:40 on this Friday morning. Todd, let's get a check of how the traffic is looking out there.
Yeah, the traffic's nice and quiet here this morning, Megan. Here's a live look at I-70 and Rural Street there, just on the east side of downtown. Just keep in mind through that area, a lot of construction going on the north split, but once you get past Rural Street, if you're heading in a eastward direction, things will improve as far as the construction goes, but no incidents on the roadways as of right now. The roadways are dry. That is the good news. It's a quiet morning here weather-wise across the area with temperatures that are in the 30s and 40s. 37 right now in Bloomington, 36 in Peru, 38 in Muncie. Indianapolis is at 41. I am expecting everybody this morning to fall back down into the 30s here this morning before we start a pretty quick climb today, actually, with sunshine right off the bat up into the mid-50s to low 60s later on this afternoon. There's just a few fair weather clouds out there. In some of the outlying areas, there could be a little bit of patchy frost this morning, but the winds have stayed up just enough that I don't think it's a big widespread problem for us this morning. And we just find ourselves in a pretty good spot here today. We start off with sunshine, and then some clouds from this storm system will start to head in our direction as we get into the afternoon hours, but we will remain completely dry. We're in the 30s and 40s through about 10 a.m. Then we make the jump up into the 50s, and eventually high temperatures today will top off right around 60 degrees. We'll have much more coming up here on Good Morning Indiana in just a couple minutes. Stay with us, and we'll see you then.
I opened my chips, got my sandwich, about to take a bite. He was about to take a bite out of his sandwich, and we heard two loud metal clangs at first, because they didn't sound like gunshots at first. They made, because there was a loud clang after the first two, and then my buddy Levi stood up as he was like kind of squatting at the bench, and then looked over and out into the parking lot. Didn't see anything yet. Then we heard 3 more shots, and then my buddy Levi saw someone running out of the building, and then more shots went off. Somebody went behind their car to the trunk and got another gun, and then I saw one body on the floor.
We continue to follow breaking news here at WRTV 6. This investigation underway after 8 people are killed at a FedEx ground facility on the southwest side of Indianapolis. This happening last night. The first gunshots reported into 911 after 11 o'clock. Police telling WRTV 6 that the scene inside this FedEx building is something that no one should see. As for the suspect, described as a man who killed himself via suicide, a weapon was found nearby where his body was found. That weapon is being described as a long gun. We could also tell you that, of course, people are now being interviewed. Families are still being talked with the chaplain. This has been a very painful morning for many families here in Indianapolis. That is the latest from the city's southwest side. Megan, now back to you.
Raphael, thank you. A very tragic and traumatic situation. And it has been a deadly year so far in Indianapolis. Let's take a look back so far. In January, a teenage suspect shot and killed 4 members of his family. That includes his brother's girlfriend and the unborn child that she had. Raymond Ronald Lee Childs III faces 6 counts of murder. A 15-year-old survivor says Childs got into an argument with his father because he left home without permission and would be in trouble later on. Then in March, police say 25-year-old Malik Halfacre shot the mother of his child and then killed 4 members of her family. This stemmed from an argument allegedly over a stimulus check. Halfacre faces several charges now, including murder and attempted murder. Police say following the shootings, Halfacre abducted his 6-month-old daughter. And this shooting happening just 1 week after a mass shooting at a workplace in Bryan, Texas. In that case, 27-year-old Larry Bolin opened fire inside a Kentmore Cabinets facility, killing 1 person and injuring 5 others. A Texas state trooper was also shot by Bolin, and a 7th victim was taken to the hospital after suffering an asthma attack. Bolin is charged with murder, 5 counts of aggravated assault. He is also facing a charge of attempted capital murder for shooting the DPS officer. And the shooting in Texas happened on the same day President Joe Biden unveiled his gun control plan. We're waiting to hear from the White House this morning. Stick with us for the very latest on air and online. And time now is 4:48. Let's get a check of the weather on this Friday with Todd Clausen.
And temperatures this morning a little on the cool side, Megan. Skies are mainly clear across the area, and that's one of the reasons why we've been cooling things off. And the wind is out of the north at 5 miles per hour. Now, that's not very strong, but when it does come to developing frost on the ground, 5 miles per hour is enough to prevent that in many locations. So that's at least a little bit of good news that we don't have to deal with any widespread frost across the area. At 41 in Indy, we wouldn't develop the frost here in the city, but some of the outlying areas where it's a lot cooler, frost would definitely be a potential. And there still could be a little bit in some low-lying areas where the wind doesn't quite get into. So don't be shocked if you see that this morning. Richmond at 34, 38 in Muncie, 36 from Tipton up towards the Peru area, and Bloomington at 37 degrees this morning. And it's pretty cool throughout much of the Midwest. You have to really go pretty far down to the south to find temperatures even in the 50s here this morning. And we'll continue our streak of some really cool mornings going forward into the weekend. Now, the skies are clear, as I mentioned. There's a little bit of cloud cover to the north, and some of this is going to try to pinwheel down through the area. But otherwise, it's going to be a pretty quiet day of weather for us. Our next weather maker is off to the west, and it looks pretty potent, right, with the rain, with the snow. A lot of this is going to bypass us to the south, and as it comes into central Indiana, it is going to start to weaken, so we're not expecting a whole lot in the way of rainfall once we get into the day tomorrow. But the trend you will notice throughout the day today is the clouds will start to increase. So the brightest and the sunniest part of our day is going to be the first half of the day today, and then it becomes mostly cloudy. Temperatures from the 30s into the 40s with high temperatures eventually today and getting back close to 60 degrees. The wind not as much of an issue today as it has been the past a few days. This evening, temperatures will fall from the 50s eventually down into the 40s across the area, and then overnight tonight, temperatures do get really chilly. In fact, tomorrow morning should be the coldest morning for us, and patchy frost is possible once again tomorrow. 33 in Peru, about 35 in the city, 34 the overnight low in Bloomington. Now tomorrow, with the clouds in place, temperatures won't do a whole lot, and as far as the showers go, they'll start to come in towards daybreak, but they're all very light, and as I put this into motion, look what happens. They basically fall apart. So for those of you in southern locations, there will be the opportunity for a few light showers come the day tomorrow, but overall, I think it's just a cloudy day. Do not cancel any plans because of that threat of rainfall tomorrow morning. It's just some light showers. Otherwise, temperatures will be right around 58, 59 degrees. Here's a look at your 7-day planning forecast. Sunday's the better day of the weekend because it features mostly sunny skies. Monday's the best day in your 7-day planning forecast at 64. Then it gets really chilly with scattered showers that'll be around here, Megan, as we go into the day on Tuesday.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. And we are continuing to follow breaking news after a mass shooting at a FedEx ground facility in Indianapolis. We have the latest on this developing situation after the break. Stay with us here on Good Morning Indiana. We'll be right back. We continue following breaking news and what has been at times a chaotic and then heartbreaking scene from the city's southwest side. This is a live look right now at the FedEx ground facility on Maribel Road near the Indianapolis International Airport. Police officers say 8 people were shot and killed around 11 o'clock Thursday night at the facility off Ameriplex Parkway. Metro Police say the suspect was also found dead after dying by suicide, and several other people were either taken to the hospital with injuries or drove themselves there. Our Rafael Sanchez and Kelsey Anderson and Troy Washington have team coverage coming up at the bottom of this hour. And an entire section of the FBI's website is dedicated to resources for active shooter situations. That includes what you should do if you find yourself in a terrifying scenario like the one playing out at the Fedex facility overnight. The Bureau created a video training to help people remember 3 basic survival tactics: run, fight, and hide. And here's part of that video. We want to warn you, it is just a demonstration, but you may find it a little disturbing.
Running makes you harder to hit and improves your chances of survival. Don't go up here.
Police, where is he?
By the bar, blue jeans, black shirt. Empty hands up, follow their instructions.
I'm in the direct line of fire if I head for either exit, but I have other options to help me survive. Guys, come on, in here. Come on. Go, go, go. Lock and barricade the door.
Both my exits are blocked by the shooter. I gotta stay hidden. I'm no victim. I'm ready for this.
He's applying direct pressure to the wound to stop the bleeding until we can find a tourniquet. In the meantime, turn off your phones and make a plan to defend yourself.
And a reminder, that is just a simulation. It is a video from the FBI. You can find more resources at fbi.gov/survive. Stay with us here on Good Morning Indiana. We'll be back after this break.